Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. My website encourages prospective clients to email me a brief description of the situation. I have them email me to avoid my tendency to spend too much time on the phone with a prospective client, which often ends up my having given them a free half-hour session. In addition, with an email rather than a phone call, I have time to reflect, and if I feel I shouldn't offer the person an appointment, it's less awkward for me to say so. Plus, sometimes all they really need is a bit of free advice, which is more likely remembered if I send it in an email. Anyway, here is a response to a prospect's query that I wrote today. I will intersperse the principles that I've used in the process that may be helpful to you in responding to queries from prospective clients, whether you do so by phone or email, and they may even offer some general principles of communication you may find useful in broader contexts. Anyway, this person is a burned-out English teacher with a background in musical theater. Hi, Tom. I changed the name to protect the person's anonymity. Hi, Tom. First, I'm going to look to find common ground with the prospective clients. So I start by saying, I also love good books. My favorite is All the Light We Cannot See. And I have a pile of books next to my bed calling out to me. Yet when I get into bed, all I may have left in me is a few pages, sometimes just a few pages of gardening catalog. Now, that may be a little bit too revealing. It's difficult to say. I've generally erred on the side of such revelations actually being bonding. And yeah, and I'm continuing with what I wrote in my response to her. Or him. And yeah, oh, how I wish the vision we have of teaching would, outside of mockumentaries like Stand and Deliver, be realized, and sustainably. Alas, it too rarely is. And this is my stating honest agreement with the prospect who is burned out, and this I also think is bonding. I continue. I also find informality to be bonding, so I say, and yeah, musical theater is great. I've done a fair amount of it as pianist, actor, and director. Don't be too impressed. They were just at low-level community theater. And I write that because it's important to avoid appearing conceited. Now, finally, and again, a little mentioning, kind of keeping in mind that this may have been too much for her, so I acknowledge it by saying, finally, turning to your next steps. Multiple choice question. Do any of these hold any intrigue? And giving them this choice tests the waters of whether the person merely needs a suggestion rather than counseling. 1. Changing the way you teach English, different books, dressing up in costume, or as I did, having my class act out scenes, or even a full play. 2. Trying to get a job in a school with more motivated kids. 3. Tutoring. 4. Providing an after-school musical theater program, whether self-employed or at some kids' theater program at your school or an outside one. 5. Something outside the world of teaching or theater yet to be determined. And that one, if the prospect chooses that option, it suggests that he or she would benefit from career counseling. And then I continue writing. Of course, the issue sometimes isn't just what to do, but how to address internal or external barriers to making the transition. If that's the case, we can discuss that. Now, my saying that makes clear that career counseling often goes beyond just coming up with ideas for a career. And then I end with, what do you think? And I use that phrase all the time because J.W. Marriott called those 4 words the most powerful words in the English language, and I tend to agree. So, even though today is Sunday, the day after Christmas, that person responded in 10 minutes requesting an appointment. In any event, of course, your style is likely different from mine, but writing a thorough response to a query is ethical, generous, and increases the chances of an appropriate prospective client making an appointment with you. It is worth taking the time to craft such a response. In any event, I do think there is some implication for this, not just if you're a professional trying to get an appointment with a client, with a prospective client, but just to, so it includes some good communication principles in general. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I'm Marty Nemko. I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.